Devils scream. Why Tasmanian Devils fight. That incredible sound you just heard, that's a Tasmanian Devil vocalizing, and it's far more than just a terrifying scream. It's actually an incredibly complex form of communication. These aren't random noises, they are carefully crafted signals used to navigate the intricate social dynamics within their communities. When devils encounter each other, whether it's during feeding time or establishing territory, these screams and growls convey everything from dominance, displays to warnings of aggression. Stick around. You're about to learn something wild. But first, tap like and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next mind. The intensity and pattern of the vocalization often dictate how others respond. A high-pitched shriek might signal intense competition, while a lower rumble could be a sign of submission. Research has even shown that devils can differentiate between individual calls, recognizing familiar members of their group and adjusting their behavior accordingly. It's truly remarkable to consider how much information is packed into these powerful sounds. That incredible vocalization you just heard, it's a key part of how Tasmanian Devils navigate their social world. These iconic screeches aren't random outbursts. They're primarily used during what we call agonistic encounters. Think of it as devilish posturing and negotiation. These interactions are displays of aggression, but not always actual fighting. They're often about establishing dominance within a group or defending valuable territory, especially when food is involved. A single carcass can attract multiple devils, leading to intense competition and lots of screaming as they try to assert their claim. It's a fascinating way these animals communicate their intentions without necessarily resorting to physical conflict. You might hear them from quite a distance, those incredible screams of the Tasmanian Devil. But these aren't just random outbursts, they're actually incredibly complex forms of communication. Scientists have discovered that each vocalization contains subtle differences, changes in pitch, how loudly they scream, and even how long they hold the sound. These variations act like individual signals, giving other devils a wealth of information about who is screaming. They can instantly gauge an individual's size and strength just from the tone of their voice. More importantly, these screams convey intent. Are they warning off rivals? Are they signaling aggression? Or perhaps even indicating playful interaction? It's a surprisingly sophisticated system for conveying information within this fascinating species. During breeding season, female Tasmanian Devils become incredibly vocal. They aren't just making noises, they're using a range of screams and calls to broadcast their reproductive status to potential mates. These aren't quiet signals either. The sounds can be quite intense, carrying over surprisingly long distances. It's a way for females to let males know they're ready, triggering fierce competition amongst the males, hoping to secure a chance at mating. You'll often see multiple males actively pursuing a single female, each trying to outshout and intimidate the others in a dramatic display of dominance. Male Tasmanian Devils aren't just known for their ferocious bite, they also have a rather unusual way of settling disputes through what we call screaming contests. These aren't like playful barks. Imagine prolonged vocal battles, sometimes lasting for hours. They're essentially shouting matches where two males try to shout each other. It's an incredibly powerful display of sound, often accompanied by stamping and aggressive posturing. The goal isn't necessarily about physical confrontation, although that can happen, but rather to assert dominance over a territory or, crucially, to impress a female devil who might be nearby. Think of it as the ultimate sonic challenge for these incredible creatures. When Tasmanian devils discover a carcass often quite large, like a wallaby or kangaroo, it's not unusual for several individuals to converge on the same spot. This triggers an intense feeding frenzy where competition is fierce. As they jostle and bite for position, the already vocal devils escalate their communication significantly. The low growls and snarls you've heard so far transform into piercing screams that echo across the landscape. It's a truly remarkable phenomenon. Imagine multiple animals all simultaneously emitting these incredibly loud calls as they fight for every scrap of food. This creates what can only be described as a cacophony, a chaotic mixture of sounds, almost overwhelming to anyone nearby. Even young Tasmanian devils aren't silent. Just like adults, juveniles also produce those incredibly distinctive screams. But for them, these vocalizations serve a crucial purpose beyond just expressing fear or distress. Scientists believe they're actively using these calls to learn about social interactions within their group. It's how they begin to understand the complex dynamics of Tasmanian devil society. Essentially, it's a way for them to figure out where they fit in and what their position is relative to others. These screams help establish that all-important hierarchy as they grow up and start challenging or deferring to older members of the group. The sheer intensity of a Tasmanian devil's scream is truly remarkable. But what's even more fascinating is that recent research hints at a deeper meaning behind these vocalizations. Scientists are beginning to believe the complexity within those screams, the subtle variations in pitch and tone, might be connected to their surprisingly high level of social intelligence. These aren't just random outbursts. They appear to be part of an intricate communication system, allowing devils to convey information about territory, threat levels, or even individual recognition. Imagine a language woven into these sounds, a way for them to navigate their complex social hierarchy and interact with each other in nuanced ways. It suggests that Tasmanian devils possess a cognitive capacity we're only just beginning to understand. The Tasmanian Devil's vocalizations are incredibly complex, and researchers have discovered that even within their trademark screams, there's a surprising amount of information being conveyed. It's fascinating to consider how these animals communicate beyond just the raw intensity of their calls. Variations in pitch, specifically, seem to play a significant role. Higher pitched screams often signal heightened emotional states. Think fear when they perceive a threat or intense excitement during feeding frenzies. Lower pitches might indicate dominance displays or other social interactions within the group. Essentially, it's like they're using subtle changes in their vocal patterns to tell each other what they're feeling. Decoding these unique sounds is becoming an increasingly vital tool in protecting Tasmanian devils. These aren't just random noises, They represent a complex communication system used for everything from establishing territory to coordinating hunts and even expressing distress. Researchers are painstakingly analyzing these vocalizations, identifying distinct calls linked to specific behaviors and social interactions. By understanding the language of these devils, we can gain a deeper insight into their social structures, who's related to whom, which individuals hold dominance, and how they interact within their communities. Furthermore, changes in vocalization patterns could be an early warning sign of stress or disease impacting the population, allowing us to intervene proactively and improve conservation outcomes.